Today, we're going to dive into something really interesting from the world of homeopathy called a clinical portrait. Basically, it's a way to make a complex remedy profile totally unforgettable by turning it into a story. We're going to piece together a fascinating medical mystery, clue by clue, through the eyes of a character we'll call Drowning Danny. So just imagine a patient walks into your office and says this. It's poetic, it's desperate, and it just immediately paints this incredibly vivid picture. This one sentence, right here, it sets the stage for everything we're about to explore. This feeling that his own body is completely betraying him. And see, this isn't just a feeling. It's really happening. His body's basic functions are failing. Instead of getting rid of water through urine and sweat like it's supposed to, his body is just holding on to it. This condition is known as dropsy, or what we'd call severe edema today. The fluid builds up, his abdomen swells, his legs feel heavy and waxy. He is, quite literally, drowning from the inside out. Okay, so let's play detective here. Let's start gathering the evidence. What makes this whole picture so unique is this collection of really bizarre, contradictory clues. It's like his body is at war with itself. And these paradoxes, they're the key to solving this whole mystery. Here's the first huge paradox. His body is screaming for water. I mean, a deep, constant, unending thirst. But, and this is the crazy part, the moment he tries to drink, his stomach violently rejects the very thing it's begging for. It's not just a lack of appetite, it's a profound internal conflict. And this irony, it doesn't stop with water. It extends to food too. He feels hungry, but just like with the water, his body can't handle anything he takes in. Food just sits there in his stomach, it turns sour, and then it's just explosively ejected. All this is coupled with this extreme sinking feeling right in the pit of his stomach, this sense of complete depletion, like he's about to faint. The digestive system's rebellion doesn't stop with vomiting either. Right after eating, there can also be this sudden, involuntary, and, again, explosive bout of diarrhea. And the result is always the same: total and utter prostration. It just completely wipes him out, leaving him with absolutely zero energy. You know, the descriptions of his physical sensations are just so specific and vivid. For the hemorrhoids, or piles, that come along with this, it's not described as just pain or discomfort. No. We get this intensely graphic and, frankly, unforgettable image of a wedge being hammered in. A description like that is pretty hard to forget. So the clues aren't just in his gut. Every single morning starts with this whole cluster of symptoms in his head. He wakes up confused, his nose and throat are clogged with this thick mucus, his nose feels stiff, and his eyes feel gritty, like they're full of sand. It all points to this chronic inflammation just running rampant. So we've seen clues in his digestion, his sinuses, but now we get to the real heart of the matter, literally. The most critical clue in this entire portrait lies in the strange, peculiar behavior of the heart itself. And listen to this description. It beats like a trapped bird. That's just brilliant, isn't it? It's not a steady, strong drumbeat. It's that frantic, fluttering, irregular beat of a bird that's panicking, desperately trying to escape. That single line just conveys this overwhelming sense of panic and weakness coming from the very center of his being. So what does that trapped bird feeling actually look like in reality? Well, get this. When he's resting, his pulse is slow, it's labored, but the second he moves, even just turning his head, it completely flips, becoming super fast, but also really weak. And that sudden change is so draining, it makes him feel like he's gonna faint. It even affects how he talks, he can't get enough breath, so he's forced to speak in these short, sharp staccato bursts. Okay, let's put all the pieces together. We have a body drowning in his own fluids. We have the crazy paradox of thirst. We have explosive digestion, the morning snuffles. And most importantly, we have a heart that flutters like a trapped bird and just can't handle the slightest bit of motion. So, what strange clinical portrait do all these clues paint? And here it is. The answer to our mystery is Apocynum Cannabinum, also known as Indian hemp. Its defining characteristics, they're a perfect match for our story. The general dropsy, that profound sinking sensation, and a heart that fails with movement. You see, the story of Drowning Danny is the story of Apocynum. But you might be wondering, why tell this as a story? Why not just have a boring list of facts?
Well, because this whole narrative format is actually a really powerful mnemonic device. It's specifically designed to make these complex symptoms totally unforgettable. These memorable little details are called keynotes. Think of them like mental shortcuts or bookmarks. The morning snuffles, that image of the wedge, the immediate reaction after eating, even details like oily urine. Each one of these distinctive symptoms acts like a trigger to help a homeopath recall the entire clinical picture of Apocynum. They're the unforgettable hooks of the story. And here's another clever learning tool they use: comparison. Apoxyon shares a huge symptom with another remedy, arsenicum, that intense thirst for water that gets thrown up immediately. But there's a crucial difference. While arsenicum is all about restlessness, apoxyon's core issue is the dropsy and heart failure. This comparison helps sharpen the definition in a practitioner's mind so they don't get the two confused. And that really brings us to our final thought. This whole thing wasn't just about a list of symptoms, was it? It was about a story. So, what is the true power of creating a clinical portrait? Well, maybe it's that our brains are just wired for stories. By turning dry data into a narrative, we create these emotional connections that make the facts more vivid, way easier to remember, and ultimately a lot more human.